Hello, welcome to my channel, Imadaf, where I share helpful tips, helpful ideas on English grammar and punctuation. Have you drank water today? You're likely to respond and say, yes, I have drank water today. The question and the answer are incorrect. Question should be, have you drunk water today? And the correct answer should be, yes, I have drunk water today. Sometimes you also hear expressions like, I have begun my final year project. This expression is incorrect. It should be, I have begun my final year project. Now, what these errors suggest, or rather I should say these errors are indicative of insufficient or inadequate understanding of the principal parts of verbs and how they function. Now, verbs have different forms, but among all the different forms of the verb, there are 4 parts that are described as the principal parts of the verb. These parts are described as the principal parts of the verb because from them we can create all the tenses of the verb. The simple present tense, the simple past tense, the simple future tense, the present perfect tense, the past perfect tense, and the future perfect tense. We also have the continuous tenses, or what we also call the progressive tenses. The present progressive tense, the past progressive tense, the future progressive tense, present perfect progressive tense, the past perfect progressive tense, and the future perfect progressive tense. All these tenses can be built from the principal parts of the verb. So, what are these principal parts of the verb? Present tense, past tense, past participle, present participle. These are the principal parts of the verb. The present tense, the past tense, the past participle, and the present participle. I want to start with the present participle because I see from experience, from interaction with students, that the present participle does not give much problem. So what is the present participle? The present participle is the form of the verb that ends in ing. So you have a verb like see, and there is a form of the verb see, sees, saw, seen. That form of the verb that ends in ing is the present participle. You have a verb like go, going, went, gone. The form of the verb that ends in ing is the present participle of the verb. See, seeing, look, looking, do, doing, buy, buying, write, writing. This is where the real issue is. This is where the problem is. The past participle. I'm going to leave this. We'll come here and talk about the present tense. Now let's take a verb like go. The past tense of go is went, and the past participle is gone. And of course, this is going. Drive. Drove. Driven. Driving. Drink. Drank. Drunk. Drinking. Take note that the present tense has the form for the plural and the singular. So this is go and this is goes. This is drive and this is drives. This is drink and this is drinks. Go, goes are both in the present tense. Drive, drives are both in the present tense. Drink, drinks are both in the present tense. The difference between them is that this is plural and this is singular. This is plural, this is singular. This is plural, this is singular. So these here must go with a plural subject, while these must go with a singular subject. The children go. The children is plural. Go is plural. The child goes. The child, singular, goes, singular. Students are almost always surprised to know that go is plural and goes is singular. Yes, most students are aware that nouns have singular and plural forms. For example, nouns, you have singular and plural. So you have house, houses, boy, boys, girl, girls. For many nouns, they form their plural by adding s to the word. Of course, there are many other ways nouns form their plurals, but generally, many students are aware that nouns form their plural by adding s. The reverse seems to be the case for the verbs. So house, houses. For verbs, singular and plural. So you have goes, go, sees, see, likes, like. So take note of this distinction. And it is also important to know that this and this have the same form for the past tense. The children go to school every day. The past tense would be the children went to school yesterday. The child goes to school every day. Past tense would be the child went to school yesterday. So you see the same past tense form. Now this is where we have the real challenge, the real problem. This is the form of the verb that you use with the auxiliaries have, has, or had. Whenever you use any of these, the verbs here, of course, there are hundreds of them. I just wrote 3. There are hundreds of them. Whenever you use any of these verbs, they must be combined with the auxiliaries have, has, or had. Before we do this, let's try to know how to use this, and this. Have. When should we use have? When should we use has? And when should we use had? Now, have is plural. Has is singular. I'll talk about this. Have, plural. Has, singular. So this goes with plural subjects. The children have gone to school. The child has. The children, plural, have, plural. The child, singular, has, singular. And this, just as this is a past tense form of this and this, had is also the past form, not past tense, please, mark my words, not past tense form of have and has. Have is used, both have and has, they are used to form the perfect tenses, the present perfect tense, while had is used to form the past perfect tense. So they have the same form. For example, the children have gone to school. The children had gone to school. The child had gone to school before I arrived. The children have gone to school. The children had gone to school. The child has gone to school. The child had gone to school. But take note that these are used to form the perfect tenses. So while these have and has are used to form the present perfect tense, had is used to form the past perfect tense. Now, it is not only nouns that function as subjects of sentences. Pronouns do function as subjects of sentences. Yes, pronouns, especially the personal pronouns. We also have the indefinite pronouns. They also function as subjects of sentences. But let's focus on the personal pronouns. I, we, he, she, it, and they. Now this goes with have, because many students have difficulty with this. This goes with have. So this is plural, use, plural, use. This is singular. This is singular. This is singular. And this is plural. So it follows then that this goes with has, and have. So we say, I have gone. We have gone. He has gone. She has gone. It has gone. They have gone. I had. We had. He had. She had. It had. They had. Now the key point about the principal parts of verbs, all we have been trying to explain, all we've been trying to illustrate, the key point that you must keep in mind is this. Whenever you use any of these, they must go with your auxiliary. So it is incorrect to say, I have go to school, or I have went to school. No, I have gone to school. We have gone to school. He has gone to school. It's incorrect to say he has went to school. He has go to school. Or to say she has went to school. Let's use this. It's incorrect to say she has drove the car. She has drove the car. No. She has drive the car. No. She has. Anytime you use any of this, they must go with all the verbs here. She has driven the car. She has drunk water. I have driven the car. Not I have drove the car. I have driven. I have gone. I have drunk. See. Sees. Saw. Seen. Seen. I have seen. Not I have saw him. Not I have seen him. Not we have saw him. No. This is the key point you have to keep in mind. Now, another point you have to keep in mind, you would have noticed that these verbs we are using to illustrate are what we call strong verbs. Verbs are classified into two according to how they form their past tense and their past participle. Verbs that form their past participle, their past tense and their past participle by adding cook, cooked, cooked, cooking. These verbs, this particular verb is called regular verb. Verbs that form their past tense and their past participle by adding ed, are called regular verbs or weak verbs. They form their past tense and their past participle by adding ed or d. They form their past tense and their past participle by adding either ed to this present tense form or just d to this present tense form. These verbs are called regular verbs. They don't give problems to students. And that was why when I was selecting the verbs to use, I didn't pick them. On the other hand, we have what we call the strong verbs or the irregular verbs. These verbs, go, drive, drink, see, are irregular verbs. They are irregular because they don't have a regular way of forming the past tense and the past participle. Choose, chose, chosen. Run, ran, run. Come, came, come. Go, went, gone. Do, did, done. Write, wrote, written. Tear, tore, torn. Wear, wore, worn. They are called irregular verbs. And they are the verbs that give problem to students. Now, these are the key points about the principal part. I want to re-emphasize. These are the key points. One, whenever you use any of these verbs in the past participle form, they must go with the auxiliaries. That's one. Now, the second point you need to keep in mind is that there is no form, there is no formula to know the past tense and the past participle form of irregular verbs. You just have to make efforts to know them. For example, so you're looking at me right now, you're watching this video. If I ask you, what is the opposite of tall? You are quickly going to say short. What is the opposite of big? You're likely to say small because you are now used to it. You don't have to hesitate, pause, or think. That is, you are now familiar with these things. It is in the same way that you need to get familiar with the present tense, the past tense, and the past participle forms of as many strong verbs as you can. Now, before this video comes to an end, I'm going to give you about 60 to 70 irregular verbs in the present tense, the past tense, and the past participle. So I advise that you go over these verbs again and again, and in a short time, you will get used to them. There are hundreds of verbs, hundreds of them. I mean, these irregular verbs, there are hundreds of them. But I've chosen these 60 or 70 because I think that they're among the most common. They are often used. Yes, the most common, often used. Now, if you are interested in a particular verb, and the verb you are interested in is not on the list that I've provided, what do? Just pick your dictionary. Every standard dictionary will give you the base form of the verb, base form. It will also provide you the past tense, the past participle, and the present participle of the verb. Now, before we look at these verbs, there's something else I need to point out. Some of these verbs have two meanings. For example, ang There is the meaning that indicates killing, to kill someone by hanging. For example, a judge can sentence a criminal to death by hanging. That's one meaning. The past tense form and the past participle form of this meaning is different when you use hang to indicate spreading your suit, your clothes, or your washings outside. Wash the clothes and hang them outside. Or I hang my suit here every day. The past tense and the past participle form is different. So if you're talking about killing someone, you say hang. The past tense is hang. And the past participle is hang. Every day, they hang criminals. Yesterday, they hanged criminals. They have already hanged criminals. Now, if you are using it to indicate spreading your washings outside, the past tense is every day. Every day, I hang my clothes outside. Yesterday, I hung my clothes outside. I have already hung my clothes outside. So you must take note of this distinction. There is also this distinction that I want to point out in usage, and that has to do with lie. Now, when it means to tell falsehood, you lie to somebody. These boys are always lying. These children are always lying. The past tense and the past participle is different when you talk about using it in the sense of reclining, to lie down to sleep. So if it is falsehood, you say every day they tell lies, or every day they lie. Yesterday, every day they lie. Yesterday, they lied. They have lied. Now, when it means to sleep, every day I lie. Yesterday, I lay. I have already lain. And then sometimes even this, lay, has its own meaning. To keep something, place something somewhere. I lay my bag here. So every day, I lay my bag here. Yesterday, I laid my bag here. I have already laid my bag here. And one final distinction. Shine. Every day, I shine my shoe. Yesterday, I shined my shoe. I have already shined my shoe. Now, if it has to do with the sun giving light, every day the sun shines. Yesterday, the sun shone. The sun has shone. So, what are these 60, 70 verbs that we have put together? I'm going to go through them one after the other. I'm using them in sentences. Every day, they bear the pain. Yesterday, they bore the pain. They have already borne the pain. Every day I begin early. Yesterday I began early. I have already begun early. Every day they bet. Yesterday they bet. They have already bet. Every day snakes bite people. Yesterday snakes beat people. Snakes have already beaten people. Every day I blow the trumpet. Yesterday I blew the trumpet. I have already blown the trumpet. Every day they break the rules. Yesterday they broke the rules. They have already broken the rules. Every day I cast out demons. Yesterday I cast out demons. I have already cast out demons. Not I've already casted out demons. Every day I choose. Yesterday I chose. I have already chosen. Every day I come early. Yesterday I came early. I have already come early. Every day I cut. Yesterday I cut. I have already cut. Every day I dive into the pool. Yesterday I dived into the pool. I have already dived into the pool. Every day I draw. Yesterday I drew. I have already drawn. Every day I drink water. Yesterday I drank water. I have already drunk water. Oh, every day I drive the car. Yesterday I drove the car. I have already driven the car. Every day I eat. Yesterday I ate. I have already eaten. Every day they fall. Yesterday they fell. They have already fallen. Every day we fell trees. Yesterday we felled trees. We have already felled trees. Every day they flee. Yesterday they fled. They have already fled. Every day the boys fling their bows. Yesterday the boys flung their bows. The boys have already flung their bows. Every day they fly. Yesterday they flew. They have already flown. Every day they forbid. Yesterday they forbade. They have already forbidden. Every day they forget. Yesterday they forgot. They have already forgotten. Every day I forgive. Yesterday I forgave. I have already forgiven. Every day I forgo my lunch. Yesterday I forwent my lunch. I have already forgone my lunch. Every day they freeze. Yesterday they froze. They have already frozen. Every day I get. Yesterday I got. I have already got. Every day I give. Yesterday I gave. I have already given. Every day I go. Yesterday I went. I have already gone. Every day I hang a picture. Yesterday I hung a picture. I have already hung a picture. Every day they hang a criminal. Yesterday they hang the criminal. They have already hung the criminal. Every day they hide. Yesterday they eat. They have already eaten. Every day we know. Yesterday we knew. We have already known. Every day they lend him money. Yesterday they lent him money. They have already lent him money. Every day I let. Yesterday I let. I have already let. Every day they lie. Yesterday they lied. They have already lied. Every day I lie in my bed. Yesterday I lay in my bed. I have already lain in my bed. Every day I lay my bag here. Yesterday I laid my bag here. I have already laid my bag here. Every day I loose the goat. Yesterday I loosed the goat. I have already loosed the goat. Every day they lose some money. Yesterday they lost some money. They have already lost some money. Every day they overdo. They overdo it. Every day they overdo it. Yesterday they overdid it. They have already overdone it. Every day I partake of the communion. Yesterday I partook of the communion. I have already partaken of the communion. Every day I ride my bicycle. Yesterday I rode my bicycle. I have already ridden my bicycle. Every day I ring the bell. Yesterday I rang the bell. I have already rung the bell. Every day I rise early. Yesterday I rose early. I have already risen early. Every day I run. Yesterday I ran. I have already run. Every day I see. Yesterday I saw. I have already seen. Every day I set the table. Yesterday I set the table. I have already set the table. Every day they shake the table. Yesterday they shook the table. They have already shaken the table. Every day they shrink. Yesterday they shrank. They have already shrunk. Every day I shut the door. Yesterday I shut the door. I have already shut the door. Every day I sing. Yesterday I sang. I have already sung. Every day they sing. Yesterday they sang. They have already sung. Every day we sit. Yesterday we sat. We have already sat. Every day they slay their foes. Yesterday they slew their foes. They have already slain their foes. Every day they slide. Yesterday they slid. They have already slid. Every day I speak. Yesterday I spoke. I have already spoken. Every day they spring. Yesterday they sprang. They have already sprung. Every day they steal. Yesterday they stole. They have already stolen. Every day they swear. Yesterday they swore. They have already sworn. Every day they swim. Yesterday they swam. They have already swum. Every day they swing. Yesterday they swung, they have already swung. Every day they take, yesterday they took, they have already taken. Every day I teach, yesterday I taught, I have already taught. Every day they tear papers, yesterday they tore papers, they have already torn papers. Every day I tell the truth, yesterday I told the truth, I have already told the truth. Every day I think, yesterday I thought, I have already thought. Every day they throw stones, yesterday they threw stones, they have already thrown stones. Every day I undergo some training. Yesterday I underwent some training. I have already undergone some training. Every day I wear my stockings. Yesterday I wore my stockings. I have already worn my stockings. Every day I weave baskets. Yesterday I wove baskets. I have already woven baskets. Every day they withdraw money. Yesterday they withdrew money. They have already withdrawn money. Every morning, every day I write letters. Yesterday I wrote letters. I have already written letters. I want to thank you for staying with me for this long. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. I believe that this video will be helpful to some students out there. Kindly share this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I urge you to subscribe and also click on the notification bell so that whenever I post new videos, you will get an alert.